Y'all rocking out. Y'all rocking out. It's Friday, okay? It's Friday. How y'all doing? Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I see my top flight mods in the house. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Friday. Let's go and speak to everybody. Let's speak to everyone. My top flight mod, Rose, is in the house. She's first. Let's go ahead and speak. What's up, Rose? Armstead, good morning. Reba 0616, good morning. Good morning, SD Warren, Sweet Vern, Deborah Johnson, Erica Rogers, Darlene Mungum, Dolores Campbell, Denise Slade, Felicia is in the building. Alan Ford says, good morning, Caramel and chat. I've been super busy at work and catching the replays. Hope to listen today. Love. Yes, honey, catch up on all of them. We got plenty of videos for you to catch up on. All right. Chevelle Carter, good morning. Deborah Clark, Deborah Clark, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Delilah T, good morning. Cassandra D, good morning. Says happy Friday. Yes, ma'am. Big Steak, good morning. Lana Thomas, good morning. God's chosen angel, good morning. D Nice is in the building, good morning. Lisa Bell is here, good morning. Says Cameron, I'm here. And yes, honey, come on in here. Lillian, good morning. Lorraine Tyler, I see you. KBR, my other top flight models in the building. Hey, what's up? Sunny Days, thanks for being here. Shirley Terry, thanks for being here. Jamelia, thanks for being here. Let's keep going. Laura Eden, good morning. Mickey Finke is in the building. Shirley Bishop is here. Joanna B. Williams is here. Ann Thom is here. Velma Sadler is here. Burley Toodle Taylor is here. Living with Purpose is here. Flower Bloom is in the building. Janet Driscoll is here. Helen Thomas is here. Ronnie is here. One Castor is here. Flower Bloom, thanks for being here. April RN Virgo, honey. If y'all need a good RN in the house, go and holler at April. She'll handle all your needs, okay? Miss Honeybee is here. Good morning, Miss Honeybee. Miss Pruitt is here. Denise Slay is here. Diana Embry is here, okay? All right, we got some morning news for you coming on up. Charlie McCulley is here. Sandra is here. All right, we got 77 already watching and growing. Tanisha Martin said, good morning, Rail. Good morning. All right, we are in the building. All right, oh, it jumped up quick to 83. All right, y'all in here. Y'all are in here. Let's go ahead and get into the show. Everything said in the video is in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hey, Adrian Wiley, good morning. All right, let's jump on in. Y'all know politics is first. We don't have a lot of politics because we got some mess that we want to talk about too. So let me go ahead and get into my show because I'm going to be kind of busy today. All right. But I ain't want to push my show back. So let's go and get into it, honey. Let's get into it. All right. So we got some Jasmine Crockett news. All right, so it says that James Comey's indictment shows us exactly what Trump wants. It says that a system where critics are punished and bullies call the shots. Now, it said the twist in the law to target opponents is not patriotism. Said it is corruption and that threatens the rule of justice itself. Let's get into what she had to say.
This is an opportunity for someone to make a name for themselves because inevitably, if they are halfway competent, they should be able to win. They should push this thing to the limit. When you were just having your conversation about whether or not the defendant should then start pushing for, say, a speedy trial, which is something that is actually codified on the federal level, and it is actually very quick. Last time I checked, is 60 days. So, yeah, I would absolutely push forward and say, let's go. And I think they're going to have a harder time trying to figure out who's going to actually prosecute the case than he will have trying to find somebody to defend the case. I want the American people to know that when you stand up to a bully, you win. Do not back down. Do not bend. You allow them to go and wage their threats. If everybody starts to bend, for sure, what is left of our democracy will be gone. And unfortunately, that is exactly what he wants. And even more sadly, is that many of his followers agree with this. And I am thinking to myself, how is it that you can call yourself American or patriotic when you literally don't understand who we are as Americans, when you literally are okay with throwing out the Constitution, when you're okay with someone just deciding, you know what, this is the end result that I'm seeking. And so just figure out how to get there versus doing what you are supposed to do. And I am so appalled at those that took an oath, at those that actually went to law school. Many of us ended up with law school debt. And then we have to take not only the bar exam, but we have an ethics exam that we have to take, because there is supposed to be some level of ethics in what we do when we go into a courtroom. Now you have people that literally either they just don't know the law or they just don't care. But the idea that you would go after someone, and listen, even as Democrats, we had our fair share of issues with James Comey, okay? But that's not a reason to prosecute someone.
There you go. All right. So now let's get into what had happened and what they're saying about James Comey, because he's in a lot of trouble, child, where the feds is on his ass. The feds is up on his ass, child. Y'all know when the feds get involved, child. That's some serious ish. All right, y'all, pardon the background noise. They're doing some work in my neighborhood, and I was not anticipating them coming this early and doing what they're doing. But just ignore the background noise. All right. They're trying to make our neighborhood a better place out here. So let's get into it. According to The Girls Are Fighting, James Comey's former FBI director indicted by the feds. All right, you guys can see here, James Comey, former director, indicted by the feds. Comey was indicted on 2 counts, making false statements to Congress and obstruction of justice. Now, Trump has been on the warpath to criminally charge Comey, and the clock was ticking. I said that the decision had been to make, a decision had to be made by Tuesday, or else the statute of limitations would have run. Ooh, child, would have run out. I think that's what they meant. Now, Attorney General Pam Bondi just says that no one is above the law. Today's indictment reflects the Department of Justice commitment to holding those who abuse the positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. That would be Trump, though, right? Oh, okay. It says that we will follow the facts of this case. It goes on to say that the alleged lies and obstruction relate to Comey's testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee regarding Trump's alleged ties to Russia during the 2016 presidential campaign. Now, federal prosecutors in Virginia had previously advised the U.S. attorney in that area there was insufficient evidence to charge Comey, and the U.S. attorneys agreed. Now, they said that Trump then fired the U.S. attorney whom he had appointed. So anybody that go against Trump, anybody he don't like, anybody that seems to have some type of brain and hold him accountable, they get fired, as you guys can see. But they're on Comey's ass, honey, and the feds is on that ass. Let's get on into the next topic. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about that no more. Move you out of there. All right, so let's get on out of politics into the next topic, okay? We done politics, y'all. It's Friday. I don't hear all that shit today. I really, really don't. Let's get into some real stuff. All right. So according to NBC Philadelphia, an 8-year-old was out and about, and she shared how she escaped a man's Philly home after he lured her inside and locked the door, prompting a barricade standoff with police. Let's get into this, because this is serious, child. Watch your kids out here, because people are snatching kids and barricading them up in places. It sounds like maybe a trafficking situation. Let's go, honey. She's very brave, too.
Was he pulling you into the house?
Yes, like this.
And what were you saying?
I was like, help, help. But nobody didn't hear me.
And once you were inside, besides this, you were okay, though, right?
Yes, he locked the door, and I unlocked, and he told me to go upstairs, and I didn't want to.
And you didn't?
Yeah, no.
Paige Merricks is brave and wanted to share her story this afternoon. It had been less than 24 hours after investigators say a man lured the 8-year-old into his house when we caught up with the 3rd grader walking home with mom.
When you went inside the house, was he saying anything to you when you went inside that first time?
He was grabbing me and stuff. That's why I got the scratch, and that's why I got this. You scratched me and you made me hit something.
According to police, the girl's neighbor, who lives a few doors down, lured Paige into a home near 20th and Nedrow in North Philadelphia. Her mother, Nigel Bullock, tells NBC 10 the man asked her daughter to come inside the house and wake up his young son. Once there, she says he locked the doors.
Do you think he was really trying to do something bad with your daughter?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I wholeheartedly do.
Your mom told me you were really, really brave and got out of the house.
Yes.
Talk to me. How did you get out of the house?
I unlocked the door. I unlocked it without I grabbed it. It was locked. I unlocked it, and And then I just got out, and then he just shut the door.
She got out, but Bullock claims the man still tried luring the little girl back inside the home a second time shortly after. That's when Bullock says she went to his house to confront him, pepper spraying him and calling 911. Investigators say the man would then fire shots and barricade himself inside. NBC 10 was there when officers caught him.
I am so glad that you're okay.
Me too. Everybody was at school saying, I'm happy you're okay. And I was like, thank you.
Was he pulling you?
Baby, she is so detailed. When I tell y'all, these little kids nowadays, that's why you got to talk to your kids. And when you communicate with them, then they learn how to communicate. You see how well she gave like every little detail, how she got out, and any questions he asked her, honey, she took off and she told you exactly what happened. So shout out to this situation. I'm glad that she's okay. This could have ended badly because we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of kids like Naziah Harris. They still haven't found her, but they know that she's not here anymore. So definitely watch your kids. Please do not allow your kids to walk from school alone, because it only takes a second for someone to drive up beside them and snatch them up. All right. There are traffickers everywhere. It could be somebody in your neighborhood who you least expect would be the person who would do something bad to your child. So definitely watch. Okay. Your child shouldn't be going in anyone's house anyway. I don't give a damn. You have to watch it. Child, listen, if you got to watch family members, you definitely have to watch people in your neighborhood. I watch everybody. I don't trust nobody. Okay. I don't trust nobody because I don't put nothing past anybody to do something crazy. So watch your kids. All right. Yeah, honey. She's sharp. She is sharp. So shout out to the mama for going over there and pepper spraying his ass, and they calling. So praise God. Okay. I love that. All right. So let's get into the next topic. This was a very deep topic. I wanted to talk about this. Let's go. All right. When white people, honey, get to see how black people had to live back in the day. All right, let's get into this. So a white woman becomes very tearful after being shackled during a visit to an African-American museum, said that she empathizes with black people's history and even joined a black church. All right. Ooh, child, y'all might be crying. Not me, child, because I'll be doing a crying. But let's get into this because she got a front row seat in terms of what black people had to deal with back in the day. Let's go.
Welcome to America. Tell me what you're thinking.
Just so much.
Kleenexes, please.
I've always been interested in history and the history of black people. I took Afrocentric classes at UNL. My grandma lived at 2821 West Kentucky Street. I've read so many books. And now I belong to a church that's primarily African American. And I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Y'all see that? So she became very infatuated with black history. She said she even joined a black church. Y'all know black church to be rocking up in there, okay? But she was very infatuated with the history of black people and the things that happened to black people. And she became very emotional coming to this black museum and sharing how she felt about the things that she discovered through her investigation and through her, her reading up on black history and how black people were treated back in the day. It's a lot of things. If you guys have not done your due diligence to read books and go into different museums and to see exactly what our people, our ancestors had to deal with back in the day, it was very, very bad, y'all. It was a lot. Some of the stuff I read, I was just like, oh my God, can we even talk about it on YouTube? Like a lot of our black women were R-worded by like the master, by white men who they feared, who they looked up to as their superiors. They R-worded them, even though they acted like they hated them. So in public, they hated them, but in private, they were very attracted to us as black women because we were very curvaceous. Okay, we had that good thing. It was better than what the wife was sitting on. I know that shit. Okay, we were made to breastfeed the white man's kids. Okay, if a woman had a baby, she was made to, not just nourish her own child, but to nourish the white people's kids as well with her milk. So if we're good enough to breastfeed your kids, then we are good enough to be able to be in the house and to be respected. Okay, we were made to stand up in front of crowds of people and be auctioned off with no clothes on. That's very degrading to a person. You guys are gonna read your history. Some of the stuff that I read, I was just like, shit. Being shackled and handcuffed on ships Okay, and some people were thrown overboard with these shackles and handcuffs. Go read up on your history, child. Go read up, educate yourself on your history, where you came from. If you don't know where you came from, you damn sure don't know where you're going. Your history is definitely important in terms of where you're going, so that you can better understand it and appreciate where you're going when you get there. All right, let's continue. Yeah, child, it was a lot. All right, so let's get into this. It's always going to be some ignorance out there, so let's get into it. Now, Republican dentists, let's go ahead and share so we don't forget, y'all, because y'all know I get to talking. Y'all know I get to talking, honey. All right, so a Republican dentist defends a viral clip of her claiming that she mistreats customers who don't like her MAGA inspired business merch and Wall of Fame featuring Republican lightheartedly. She says that Jimmy Kimmel can joke, but I can't joke. She says that's not fair. So why would you want to say something that's disrespectful? Like, that's some bullshit. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk on both of these posts, okay? The one before it and this one. Let's get into it.
Times it says, make your smile great again. So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas and say, you got this. It's not as bad as you think it is. I stole that from Joe Biden. And they came and investigated. They asked me if I had said that. And I said, yes, I said it in one of my roasting speeches at a women's Republican group. Just like the Democrats, they make jokes too. We make jokes as well. Like, why can't we just take a joke lightheartedly? But that was taken to cancel me. And the dental board did an investigation. They cleared it out and said there was nothing they could find that proved any of that. So, and now after a few months again, this has erupted. So I'm obviously linking it back to the same person that started it to begin with. And this video is from 2 years ago. So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, make your smile great again.
All right, I hear it.
So I wear, I'm the one that posted the video myself, because we post lots of little short snips of like me. I'm a stand-up comedian for pretty much most of my patients too. We joke around, you got to live life and you got to laugh. Life is too short.
I'm sorry, I didn't find anything funny about what you said, but go on. Okay?
So you enjoy it as well as you can too. So I don't think I did anything wrong by making a joke. Jimmy Kimmel can joke, but I can't joke. That's not fair.
So it concerns me as a resident of this district. It concerns me because I don't think you should be joking about torturing people that are getting are taking advantage of your service. And I know it's been said that it's a joke, but I hate seeing politics come into a business like this. I don't think it has a place there, and it just really bothers me that video was made, that was said, that is happening, if in fact that's what's happening.
I'm the one that posted the video myself. So in my office, Skyline Smiles, I have a wall of fame. I have pictures of many Republican leaders, elected officials in the community, Jason Gibbs, Joe Messina. And once in a while, I get patients that come into my office, and when they see the pictures, you'd think their butt was on fire. They jump up and take off as if Trump was coming in the room. Well, I do have a picture of me and the homie on the wall, too. So after hearing certain Democrats complain about my prices, I look at them confused and say, how's Bidenomics working for you? It was so much better in my office when the Dems stayed home during COVID with their masks on. I wish they still did. So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, make your smile great again. So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas.
Now this kind of makes me feel like when a person is maybe out of it after you give them some type of meds to knock them out to do maybe some dental work, it's given that you maybe that you might be in there inflicting a little bit more pain than you should be, because you know you can get away with it. Like some type of sick, twisted joke that you think that you can get away with because you're a dentist and nobody else is watching. Because we covered quite a few times here on my channel where different doctors and stuff be doing things to patients where, you know, when they're out of it. You remember I did one with the black lady who went in and had some work done, and she actually hid a camera in her hair weave, and she heard doctors and the nurses around her talking very negatively about her and her body when she was laying up there with no clothes on when they were operating on her, calling her fat and saying, you know, different things about her body, and they were laughing. She caught all of that on camera, and then they were upset, saying that they felt that she you know, was filming them without their consent once they got caught. It kind of makes you wonder what the hell be going on when you are under anesthesia up in there with these crazy ass doctors and dentists that be on some sick, twisted bullshit while you laying up there out of it. That's why you got to pray for you go into surgery, child, because you just never know what somebody is on. And her mentality and the way that she thinks is sick as hell. Like, you cut back on the gas when a person is complaining. It's your job and your due diligence as a dentist to make sure that your patient is as comfortable as they can be when they're receiving any type of dental work. You don't use your personal feelings to cut back on somebody's gas to make them feel uncomfortable or be in a little bit more pain than they should be in because you have a personal vendetta against somebody. Like, you really should lose your license behind that shit. Low key, you really should. Let's continue though. Let's continue, child. Let me get her up off my screen. That's crazy bullshit. All right, let's get into a former Miss Universe Jamaica contestant who found herself in a very unfortunate situation. Child. Make sure y'all do your background on any doctor or dentist, anybody that's going to be doing any type of medical work on you. Make sure you do your background. Okay, check to make sure how many fatalities that they've had. Y'all can look all that shit up. That's all of that stuff is available to you, because you don't want somebody working on you, cutting on you, or putting you under any type of anesthesia when they are on some other stuff. Okay, you want to look at their track record and see what the people are saying. Look at, you know, I always read reviews, honey. I'm a huge review reader before I do anything. If my doctor prescribed me anything, baby, I go and search every single solitary thing about said medication before I put it in my body. Okay, you ain't about to have me on no damn mesothelioma damn commercials. Have you done this? You may have mesothelioma. Bitch, no, not me. Okay, but let's get into this, because this was a very touching topic as well. Now, it says a former Miss Jamaica University pageant contestant found hanging in her apartment after previously expressing that she was having suicidal thoughts. It says that I'm fighting for my life. My mind tells me to go and jump off of a building or overdose on people. She was sounding like she was really dealing with some very serious mental situations. And it goes to show you, when you see a person, you never know what they're dealing with inside. It could be the most beautiful person with the most beautiful smile, but inside they're really fighting some serious demons that no one is aware of but themselves. Okay, so when you see a person, okay, always try to say a kind word. If you guys are like me, I don't like to be all up on people and hugging people, especially after COVID and all that. I'm a germaphobe and all that, baby. But I try to give like a kind word, or I try to leave a lasting impression when I meet a person, because you never know what they're dealing with inside. You never know what they're entertaining within. And it could definitely go a long way. But this person here, she was dealing with a lot. Let's get into it.
I'm fighting for my life over here.
Fresh drop.
Like, I need to go out and do something, because my mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys. Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life. Where do these thoughts come from? I don't know. I have no idea. They're my own thoughts, but do I want to be having them? No. Do I want to die? I mean, it would be easier, than having to deal with the ups and downs of life. But, boy, I don't know. All I know is right now I'm fighting for my life. Why do we do it? Why? Is it the devil possessing us? I don't know. Like, what is this? Something keeps telling me that, life would just be easier if I wasn't here. Like, I keep thinking, if I don't, it's either I die now or die later when I'm old and gray. And then I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, but I'm thinking about my biological clock. How less attractive I'm going to get as I get older. Like, you know, how am I going to build a sustainable future when I'm struggling to work this 9-to-5 job?
All right, so I think we've heard enough. So former Miss Universe Jamaica contestant Tanya Spalding was found hanging, you guys, from her apartment curtains after previously posting videos to social media claiming that her mind was telling her to unalive herself. All right, we all know that that was Satan. I mean, I hate to always go biblical, but you got to know any bad thing, especially like that, where something is urging you to take your life. It definitely is the work of the devil. Okay. Everybody here on earth is here for a certain purpose, for a certain time. We don't know how long we have on earth, but when you're allowing your mind to, or when your mind is entertaining certain demons, especially that's coming for your mental capacity, your you know, that's telling you to do things to yourself that's going to harm you or take you out, that's definitely of the devil. Okay, that's the devil's job, to kill, steal, and destroy. Obviously, he won in this situation, and it's sad. It sounds like she was screaming out for help because she has several videos out there where she was talking about what she was dealing with mentally, and what was every morning she's waking up thinking that she wants to take herself out. I wish she had some really close friends, or maybe a spiritual person that she could have consulted with, or maybe sought some type of mental help, psychiatrist. You know, it sounds like schizophrenia could have been up in there as well. But she was only 26 years old. Only 26 years old. So the 26-year-old accountant was widely known for making it to the finals in 2023 Miss Universe, Jamaica pageant, said she had been very vocal about the struggles that she'd had within her mind, stating that I'm fighting for my life. My mind is trying to unalive me. She says, every day that I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off of a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. So she did that, you guys. Following these posts, or those posts, said that Spalding found unalive in her apartment Tuesday morning by her family. Said that they immediately contacted the constabulary force, who are investigating it as a suicide. Okay, this is very sad. Beautiful girl, the same person who walked on stages and smiled and won awards and Miss Universe. That's huge. She was dealing with this inside. Okay, so if any of you guys are dealing with this, or dealing with any type of suicidal thoughts, we're really talking about this topic for awareness purposes only. Please dial on your phones 988 for the to reach the suicide hotline, the crisis line. It's the 988 suicide and crisis hotline, or lifeline rather. Again, dial 988 on your phone, or you can text 988, or you can go and have a chat with someone to let them know what you're feeling and or dealing with. You can also go to their website. Just go on and Google it. It's there. Okay. 988lifeline.org. Let me put it into the chat so that if anyone needs to partake in that, you can, because it's serious. It's serious. You just never know. I always say a prayer for someone. All right, let me put it in there. 988 lifeline.org. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, my husband is off today in there on the game. Child, he be something serious on the game, baby. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna put that up. We're gonna leave that up just a little bit. So if you guys are ever dealing with that, or if you're dealing with some type of suicidal thoughts, definitely call that and let's get some help. Okay, because I don't want anybody to take themselves out. No, Lord. All right, let's get into something a little bit lighter. Let's get into something a little bit lighter. Let's take my trigger warning down because we don't need it anymore. Okay. All right, I'll leave that up a little bit. All right, let's get to our next topic, honey. I didn't know this until I actually ran across it about Sherri Shepherd. Okay. Let me get this back up. All right. Okay. Sherri Shepherd, you guys. Let's go ahead and share so y'all can see with me. Yeah, prayers up, honey. Prayers up. For anybody that's dealing with anything mental, anything, if you having any type of thoughts, any type of feelings, if you're feeling depressed this morning, we speak against depression this morning for anybody that's dealing with that. Okay. Seriously, that's a serious thing. It starts with depression. It starts with depression. The devil will seriously make you feel like you're depressed when you're really not. You really have nothing to be depressed about, but he'll put that spirit in you, that feeling in you, and it goes from depression to other things to where you feel like you don't want to be here no more. So I don't want anybody feeling like that this morning. If you are, we send out special prayers for you guys, and definitely reach out to the 988lifeline.org, okay, for additional assistance. All right, so Sherri Shepherd speaks on going to jail, you guys, after refusing to pay $10K in traffic tickets. She says that she thought that the rapture was coming. She says, why would I pay anything when the world is about to end? Girl, how the hell you get 10K in traffic tickets too? That's wild, right? Yeah, honey, we speak against that in the name of Jesus this morning. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We bind that in the name of Jesus this morning. All right, so talk show host Sherri Shepherd revealed that she once spent 8 days in jail after believing false prophecy about the biblical rapture. Now, speaking on her show, it said that the 58-year-old explained why she ignored recent doomsday rumors tied to September 23rd. It said that Sherri Shepherd rather said that she had previously belonged to a religious group that convinced her that the world was ending. She says convinced that she wouldn't need worldly possessions, that she stopped paying bills, taxes, and even traffic tickets, eventually racking up $10,000 in violations, y'all. Said that when the rapture failed to occur, that she was arrested en route to a comedy gig and jailed for over a week. Did y'all hear that? Oh my goodness, Sherri, I never knew this about you, girl. Now it says, reflecting humorously, Sherri Shepherd says that the experience made her a hardened criminal. Said that her story comes as viral TikTok videos spread fresh speculations about the rapture, with some users selling belongings or sharing signs ahead of the predicted date. It says that Sherri Shepherd's candid account highlights both the personal fallout of past end times prophecies and the ongoing influence of viral doomsday predictions online. Shout out to Black millionaires on this topic, guys. I never knew this until I ran across this. I said, I am so going to share this on my show, because a lot of times these cults, I call them cults, okay? These cults, because if you go into a real church that's really talking about the Bible, I'm talking about the KJV, that's King James Version, honey. That's the only one I read. I don't do all that other stuff. We got a lot of new Bibles and stuff out there. If it's not talking about the Lord, and not all these other crazy gods that they're coming out with now, baby, listen, miss me with that. I'm Church of God in Christ. I'm going to forever be that. You can't bring too much across me that I don't really know too much about. I know the Bible. I grew up all my life in church. Okay. So you can't really pull a fast one on me. F all that cult stuff. Forget it. Don't become telling me the rapture is going to be here, child. They said that mess this week. We talked about it. I think Tuesday. They were saying the rapture is supposed to be here, child, and people going to be up out here, snatched up out of here. Go. I'm still sitting here, okay? Everybody's still here. Nothing happened. So stop listening to all these things what people have to say, because it's not true. If you read your Bibles, again, the rapture, when the Lord comes back, child, no one knows the day or the hour when it appears. And it's going to be like, boom, okay? It's like that. That's why I call it the rapture. He's going to come back, take all of his people that were on, doing the right things, following all the commandments and treating people like they're supposed to follow, and his people, y'all get it. But people get so wrapped up in things on social media. A rumor can be spread, child. By the time this person said it and it get over here, it's 10 times different than what was said. It's completely different than what was said, and people believe everything that they hear versus verifying. When a person tell me something, I'll be like, oh, okay. But then I'm gonna go and read up on this shit and be like, yeah, thank you for telling me that, but I'm gonna go with what it says right here. Okay, you got to verify stuff nowadays, because people will tell you a good bold-faced lie and have you looking crazy. So for her to go and not pay taxes and all of these other things, traffic tickets and bills, and girl, you don't got all your shit behind for what? And now you don't have to go to jail for a whole damn week. Ain't that crazy? King James Version, baby. Don't bring me nothing else. I don't want nothing else. And nothing against nobody else and their religions. I'm just talking about how I was raised, what I was taught, honey. And that's exactly what I'm going to stick with until I ain't hear no more. Because there's a lot of new religions that are popping up nowadays. When people come knocking on you, don't come to my door on nothing. My mind is set on what I believe, and that's what it is. Okay, nothing against you, and I don't want nobody to feel bad. Child, I don't have nothing against what's the people that come to your house knocking on the door, Jehovah's Witness. I don't have nothing against y'all, but thank y'all for that little book that y'all be leaving on my porch sometimes. But baby, King James Version is where we at with it. Okay, nothing against you. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I want to believe. At the end of the day, it's one God, one faith, and one baptism. I don't want to preach to nobody today, but that's just what it is. One God. Y'all can call it Allah and all that other stuff, but it's God, baby. One. Only one. Do I need to put it up? One. What's on one? All right. Miss me with all that other stuff. I don't care about all that. All right. Keep paying your bills. Keep paying your taxes. Keep doing all the things that you're supposed to do, honey. When the Lord comes, you'll know. Ain't nobody got to tell you different. Sherri, I am disappointed in you, girl. All right. Let's continue on. All right. While we on Sherri, we got one more thing we got to talk about with Sherri, because who knew she had some type of connection, this much of a connection. Let me take this down. A connection with Katt Williams. I said, hold on, what is this that I'm watching? It might be like a little crush or whatnot with Katt. Because now I hear, because I've heard on several different publications that Katt Williams, he might be short, but he's tall and long in other places, if you can read my mind, okay? That's what people say. I hear that Katt Williams, he is short in stature, girl, but he is long and tall in other places. So he's talking this little shit. He popping his shit over here to Sherri Shepherd and got her blushing and stuff. So it might be that she might have partaken in some things up over there with Katt. I don't know. Now they say he can fight, but he might be doing some other things over there too. Let's get into it, child. Oof. I don't do the short ones though. I don't do the short men. All right, let's get what he had to say, because he has Sherri blushing, y'all. Let's get into it.
Look at me, then clearly the world will know that you've already had the forbidden fruit. And
your last appearance on the Sherri Show, I don't know if you saw some of the comments that people said about us when you came on. I wanted to read some of the comments because I was reading some of the comments that came from the Sherri family. Someone said, Sherri thought she was slick wearing that beautiful dress with those boobs, saying, "Hey, Katt." And then someone said, Sherri, I saw this interview and I want to know the tea. Why couldn't Katt look you in your eyes, girl? So you got any response to any of the comments?
the questions, they're only asking you stuff.
Oh, well, they wanted to know
why I didn't look you in the eye.
Why you didn't look me in the eye. Yeah.
Right. Well,
you see where my mouse is moving. I didn't want to point it out. I did not want to point it out, but the rumors are, and the person who actually said it in an interview, because she dated him, Hazel E. Do y'all remember Hazel E from Love and Hip Hop? Do y'all remember Hazel E from Love and Hip Hop? She's dated Katt Williams, okay? And she talked about how he is like a monster in the bedroom, okay? But he's very short, but you see where my mouse is moving? He filling them pants out in the front. That's all I'm saying. I just had to point that out. Bruh is filling out the pants in the front. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's continue.
You know, your privacy has always been important to me, and I would never say something that you didn't say. But I know that if you look at me, then clearly the world will know that you've already had the forbidden fruit. And
all right, we're gonna move on right now.
if you look at me,
one more time,
then clearly the world will know that you've already had the forbidden fruit. And
your last appearance on the Sherri Show, I don't know if you saw some of the comments that people said about us when you came on. I wanted to read some of the comments because I was reading some of the comments that came from the Sherri family. Someone said, Sherri thought she was slick wearing that beautiful dress with those boobs, saying, "Hey, Katt." And then someone said, Sherri, I saw this interview and I want to know the tea. Why couldn't Katt look you in your eyes, girl? So you got any response to any of the comments?
the questions, they're only asking you stuff.
Oh, well, they wanted to know
why I didn't look you in the eye.
Why you didn't look me in the eye. Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, your privacy has always been important to me, and I would never say something that you didn't say. But I know that if you look at me, then clearly the world will know that you've already had the forbidden fruit. And
all right, we're gonna move on right now.
If
hey, that leg cross and that sip or whatever that is in that damn cup, let you know, baby, that he came up and through there and dropped off some dick. Okay, that's what he did, girl. That's exactly what he did, because she was blushing, and he said something to the effect of, since you know me, like how long you know him, okay, and how do you know him? That's what I want to know, because it gave some type of sexual tension between the two, but twins, as the old people say, but twins, the two of them. But Brett is filling out them pants. Do y'all see what I'm saying right quick? Brett filling out the pants over here, okay? And they loose. These are loose pants, but in the front, they're not so loose, okay? But yeah, okay. I told y'all Hazel E said that bro be knocking them down, cracking backs in the bedroom. That's pretty much what she said. And I was just like, girl, I know you lying. But I don't know. I guess this kind of verifies it a little bit. I don't know. Okay. I don't do no short with no child. Baby, I don't need no man that I got to put in no high seat when I go nowhere. Okay, I don't put no damn high seat in my car. My child is 10. We don't do no high seats no more. All right, let's move along, though, child. Oof, that got me a little warm. Let me check on my panty liner down here. Yeah, we good. Shit. All right, child. I'm glad my husband out today. Lord. Let me hear it with my live shit. So let's get into the next topic. All right, TMZ TV, according to them, Ray J claims that he is helping the feds build a RICO case against Kim Kardashian. But you are helping the feds against a RICO case against Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians, but you won't help the feds find out what the fuck happened to Whitney Houston. Let's ponder on that for a moment, shall we? Yeah. All right. Why you ain't helping the feds do that? Because you were the last person in her room when she took her final breath, because you was running from up in there. So up out of there. So you helping the feds trying to take the Kardashians down when you help them be famous by dropping off dick over there too. And now you talking to the feds, but you wouldn't talk to them when Whitney Houston's case was open and they were trying to figure out how she was unalived up in there. Gotcha. Let's get into what he had to say though. Says that Ray J claims that he's working with the feds to build a RICO case against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. But the R&B star, can we call him that, child? Says give no details on what it is that he thinks that they've done wrong. Are you back on mushrooms again, Ray J? It's giving you back on them shrooms again. Let's get into what he had to say, child. The shrooms are shrooning, okay?
If you told me that the Kardashians was being charged for racketeering, I might believe it.
Yeah.
But Diddy, sex trafficking, and all these other extra things, like, it's, to me, knowing him, knowing the situation, being around with most of the people that's testifying, I just feel like there's somebody at the top who's making a statement, who's making a point. I'm sure Diddy got the point. Free Diddy, he got the point. He's chilling now.
That's not how it works.
I mean, man, I know, I get it, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, it's not okay to throw something extra on a man when the charges could have been something totally different.
All right, let's watch it.
If you told me that the Kardashians was being...
Let's pause. Now, said back in May, while discussing Sean Diddy Combs' looming legal troubles, it says on TMZ Presents, said the United States versus Sean Combs inside the Diddy trial, he said that if you told me that the Kardashians were being charged for racketeering, I might believe that.
In charge for racketeering, I might believe it. But Diddy, sex trafficking, and all these other extra things, like, it's, to me, knowing him, knowing the situation, being around with most of the people that's testifying, I just feel like there's somebody at the top who's making a statement, who's making a point. I'm sure Diddy got the point. Free Diddy, he got the point. He's...
Why? Because you were in some of the FOs as well, and you scared that your little video is going to pop out here soon? Because you were at a lot of Diddy parties. You really were.
Chilling now.
That's not how...
Shout out to Ebony K. Williams. I need to holler at you about something. Yes, that's Ebony K. Williams. Do y'all remember that face? Let's move along.
How it works.
I mean...
All right, so yeah, so now Ray J is saying that he is helping. Let me leave that up a little bit. So Ray J is helping the feds, okay, trying to bring down the Kardashians. I don't know what it is that he is so infatuated with the Kardashians, when at one point in time you were like really close friends with them. You were over there a whole lot. You were over there digging out Kim Kardashian at one point. Okay, you were. And I hear that the Kardashians were at a lot of the Diddy parties as well. And so were you, Ray J. So when you're trying to bring another person down, be very careful, because you know that the Kardashians have some very good attorneys. So don't mess around and have them pull a you on you where your shit come out too. See, when you're trying to bring somebody else down, your shit come out. So you got to be very, very careful about that. Okay. But shout out to Ebony K. Williams. Y'all remember her? Okay. All right, let's get her on. All right. So moving right along. Shout out to It's On Site. Now, after a groom's, now y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gonna sound off. I want you guys to really sound off in the comments on this topic here. Okay. Because baby, this right here, I was just like, what the hell? All right. So after a groom sudden unaliving months before his wedding, North Carolina venue refuses to return $18,000 plus. It said that the family says they're profiting off of a loss while the venue cites non-refundable policy and date blockage commitment. So imagine giving let's say you gave a deposit, okay, for some type of venue for your wedding or whatever the case may be. And say you pass away, or a person that you were going to marry passed away. And you go back and let this venue know, hey, we're not going to need this venue. I would like a refund because said person got unalived, maybe say like a car crash or whatever the case may be. And the venue says to you, I'm sorry, but we cannot refund your $18K deposit. Now, months before, you let them know way in advance. So it's not like you're going to be missing out on the money. You know, give me back my money and you can still, you know, fill that slot with someone else. But, you know, unfortunately, the person that I was going to marry is no longer here. So what do you guys feel about that? Let's go ahead and play it first. Again, shout out to It's On Site. Okay, boom.
Death before I do. After the sudden death of a groom, his devastated family is now battling a Durham wedding venue to get back more than $18,000 in deposits.
They're profiting off the death of my son, or our son.
Looking for help, the groom's parents called 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur, who got to work pressing for an explanation. It's a story that's only on WRAL.
Oh, why is it so zoomed in?
A young couple, full of life and full of plans.
They were on vacation in Italy when he proposed.
Back home, Chris Perry and Kristen Seidel booked the Cotton Room in Durham for an October 2025 wedding.
And they called us as soon as it was over, and we're just so excited.
But this past May, everything changed.
We are here to memorialize and tribute the life of Christopher William Perry.
Just one day before his 33rd birthday and 5 months before what should have been the happiest day of their lives, Chris collapsed and died. Kristen found him hours later. Too devastated to speak, Chris's parents are sharing their love story.
He adored her. He had found his the person to complete his trip to life.
Of course, now the wedding won't happen, but bills remain. By the time Chris died, Chris and Kristen had given the Cotton Room situated behind me more than $18,000 in food, drink, and rental fees. I reviewed the contract, and it said that money was non-refundable. Aware of this situation, the Cotton Room offered a partial refund if another couple rebooked, but said it would hold on to the $7,500 venue deposit no matter what, citing the fact that it had held the space for nearly a year. All of that was moot, though. It was never rebooked. The Cotton Room gave condolences, but not a dollar back of what Chris and Kristen had spent.
We can't figure out what they could have spent the money on, where the money would have gone. But they haven't done anything and they haven't earned this money yet.
So I asked the Cotton Room that very question. How is the money being used? Executive Director Michelle Aldridge explained those funds are
used obviously at a motherfucking buffet. Let me stop though.
Tied to the commitment of the space, people, and resources leading up to the day.
From the wedding industry side, a lot of us are staying afloat on retainers right now.
Raleigh-based wedding planner Haynes Jones, who is not affiliated with Chris's family or the venue, said the industry is facing a slump after a post-pandemic boom.
I see both sides. at the end of the day, I do think the family at least deserved a partial refund.
For now, though, this is one dispute Five on Your Side has yet to resolve. Despite emails and a Zoom call, Aldred and the Cotton Room have stuck to their decision.
No parent should ever have to experience
So sad.
the loss of a child. And having situations like the Cotton Room or what they've done or are doing just kind of keeps the wound open.
This is such a tough one. Now, the Cotton Room said it would not require the family pay the remaining 50% balance of this contract, which would have been due in just a few weeks leading up to the wedding.
It really is such a sad situation. Is there anything the family could have done to protect themselves?
I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but you can get something called event insurance. We know weddings cost almost as much as a car, or, it's a huge purchase. Yeah. So coming up tomorrow on WRAL News, I'm going to break down what that event insurance covers and how you can get a cheap policy.
Wow.
Y'all hear that? So when you're paying your money for these events, make sure you try to get some type of event insurance just in case something happens. Nobody knows you can have an accident. Just like this situation, he collapsed. Who knew that this situation was going to happen? He just out and enjoying his day, living life. He wound up collapsing. And unfortunately, of course, there cannot be a wedding because he's no longer here. The right thing to do, if they could not refund all of it, at least half. I mean, it's just the right thing to do. So to say, oh yeah, we're not going to refund anything, it's still like another dagger in the damn family's back, because they're already dealing with the death of their loved one, and then the fact that the wedding is approaching, like it's like tearing the band-aid back off again, to where they're having to deal with that pain all over again. Okay, for a moment that was supposed to be a celebratory moment where the two of them are coming together as one, and then he's no longer here, and then it's right around his birthday. It's like a lot of moments at one time. Okay, his death, and then his birthday, and then their wedding coming up, like all around the same time. And then for this venue to not have any type of heart, that lady could have said, you're the director, you could have said, this is something that we usually don't do, but I understand that you guys are dealing with this, and I just feel like it's just right for me to at least give you guys half, if nothing at all. Let me just go ahead and refund you guys half of it, because weddings, funerals, these are things that happen all the time. People get married every day. People get married every day. All right. And I get it, since the pandemic, that a lot of people, their money has not been good. A lot of people have been laid off. I get it. They're trying to, it's a business that they're trying to do what they need to do business wise. But sometimes you kind of got to bend the rules just a little bit when you see situations like this. If I were the director, I would have given them back half. I would have given them half. I mean, damn, what is that going to cost you to do that? It looks like that's a very well-to-do type of business. So I'm pretty sure y'all make a lot of money. So if you guys are keeping $18,000 from this family alone, I'm pretty sure other people who come and book your venue for whatever the case may be, whether it's wedding, anniversaries, whatever, bar mitzvah, whatever the case may be, you guys are making some really good money there. And you guys also have insurance. So I'm pretty sure that you guys are not hurting that bad that y'all could not have sliced the 18 in half and just given them $9K back. I mean, shit. That's what I would have done. But when you're doing business with people that are heartless, this type of shit happens. They didn't plan for this boy to die. They did not plan for him to die. So since that situation happened, like, damn, just get the people back out. Shit. Y'all put in there what y'all think. Somebody said trip insurance is expensive too. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Y'all sound off. That was kind of sad. Very sad. Too many things coming up at one time. All right, so let's get into something else. All right, because Serena Williams, honey, Serena Williams went on a little vacay, and she was in New York at a New York hotel, and she saw something that kind of sparked her interest, and it kind of made her feel like there was a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? A little insensitivity going on here. All right, a little racial something going on. Let's get into it. They were supposed to be putting up like flowers or something, but they put up some damn cotton in a vase, and she felt away about that. Let's get into what Serena Williams had to say. Okay, shout out to It's On Site.
Natural. Everyone, how do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel.
So do you guys think that she is just overreacting in this situation? Or do you think that that's just, just decoration that the hotel decided to put in said room? She felt that maybe they were trying to maybe be funny for a room that they gave her that had this display with the cotton up there. Y'all know a lot of times when people see stuff like this, they kind of connect cotton and stuff like that to like slavery and where Black people back in the days, our ancestors had to pick cotton. She felt aware about it. It says, how do we really feel seeing cotton used as decor? It says Serena Williams was appalled after seeing a cotton plant decorated inside of a New York City hotel. I mean, want no roses available? Like, damn. So Serena Williams was taken aback when she walked into a New York City hotel and saw cotton plants used as hallway decorations, a choice that for many Black people is layered with painful historical context. It says that it raises a bigger question. How do we feel about the cotton being used as an aesthetic choice? It says it does it represents insensitivity to our history, or can it ever be just decoration? What do y'all think? Do you think that the hotel was being insensitive by putting this up as decoration, or do you think that it was just something that they just put up as decoration? What do you guys feel? They said hell no to the cotton as decor. It's kind of borderline, right? It's kind of borderline. It's kind of borderline. It kind of is, because if I walk in, I'm like, what is this? Y'all didn't have no other type of flowers? Like, y'all ain't had no other type of flowers. Y'all just had to put some cotton in a vase and be like, oh yeah, so right here, like, I don't know. What y'all think? My mom's telling me we need a jam session. Y'all sound off. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if you think that Serena Williams was doing a little bit too much. Was she putting 20 on 10 right here as related to this decor, this vase filled with cotton? Or do you think that, hey, the hotel didn't really mean nothing by it? They just putting up a little display, child. Let me know. All right, so let's go ahead and get my jam session out the way. It is Friday. I need all my people to tap on that like button for me. All right. Thank y'all. I'm right here, honey. I'm be sipping on my tea, picking up on my emails. All right, please tap on that like for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tap the like, hey. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tapping on that like. All right, let's get on back to the show. Oh my goodness. We're close to the end, you guys. Okay. Ain't gonna hold you guys too much longer. Where are we? All right. So let's get into this next topic. All right. We got to get into some Simon and Porsha news. Okay. Simon and Porsha news. All right, so let me go ahead and share. Ciao. All right, so in this particular video, Housewives from a Housewife, thank you. Carlos King is talking to a judge on the situation between Simon and Porsha, getting their take on a legal standpoint. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this, and y'all can see what's up with
What is Simon's next move? Because he said publicly that, listen here, Mrs. 265 days, this isn't over. But I think for all of us who can count up to 365, it appears to be over.
Yeah, in the state of Georgia, it's over. So because he was denied the discretionary appeal by the Court of Appeals, there's nowhere for this case to go legally except for the contempt. So because he is not following the court order, Porsha can file contempt actions to have them enforced. Again, the reach of this court is going to be out of the way for Simon, except for, as Courtney started this with, this very valuable asset. That is really the saving grace.
What is Simon's next move?
What y'all think about it?
Because he said publicly that, listen here, Mrs. 265 days, this isn't over. But I think for all of us who can count up to 365, it appears to be over.
All right, let's pause.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that Porsha is going to take it to that extreme to have him held in contempt? Now, I did see a recent post where she's saying that, hey, it's not her business to that she's not getting ready to tie up her money with this whole situation of what Simon is doing, putting this lien on the property that she's trying to purchase. She's saying, hey, it's not my deal. All right, so hold on, let me pull it for you. Because she ain't trying to be paying for his shit, honey. I said, okay. Okay. Hold on. I be moving so fast, y'all. I swear. I mean, oh my Lord. All right, boom. So let's move it over. Okay. All right. So, because this just dropped, let's go ahead and share so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Because Porsha don't want to have to pay for Simon's deeds as related to this house. Shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta fan page. Because according to them, it says Porsha saying that I'm not paying for anybody's mistakes. Said Porsha Williams defying clapback is shaking the internet. Said the Real Housewives of Atlanta star's lavish $7.3 million Atlanta mansion has just been slapped with a shocking $205,000 lien. But here's the twist. The massive debt isn't even hers. It says the tie to her ex-husband Simon Gubati is passed. The six-figure bill has suddenly turned Porsha's dream home into a center of a very public battle. It says that her fiery response sparked viral hashtags like hashtag not my debt and hashtag Porsha fights back, with fans hailing her as Atlanta's queen of clapback. It says, but behind the glitz and memes lies a bigger question. It says, is this just legal maneuvering to pressure her, or the beginning of a messy financial showdown that could cost her more than she ever imagined? It says that one thing's for certain, that when it comes to Porsha, that the drama is only getting started. Okay. All right. So let's go up. This is the home that they're talking about. That's the home that she is trying to purchase, that she and Simon stayed in, that this $205,000 lien is on. All right. Real nice home. I love the bedroom, especially the ceilings. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a beautiful home, very beautiful home. But it sounds like Simon is forcing her to take the next steps. He knows that he's out of the country. He's not allowed to be back in the US. He knows it's going to be hard for her to sue him and come after him because of that. He's been deported, never to be back in the United States again. So in order for her to get this house, because she is like 10 toes down on, I'm not moving, I want this house. I keep saying I would cut my losses and just move the fuck out of there. Like, I'm not gonna be fighting a nigga that is out of the US. He got the paperwork, like he is not cooperating. He ain't paying you the money that's been ordered for him to pay. Like, Simon is not doing anything the courts have told him to do. He is still bitter. He is still mad that Porsha divorced him and publicly embarrassed the fuck out of him. He is very upset about that. So she's just like, listen, this is not my bill. So are you going to spend more money to take Simon to court, to hold him in contempt for him not doing what the courts asked him to do in terms of paying you this, what, $40K a month for the next 36 months, because that's what the courts were saying. Or are you just going to cut your losses? I think it would be cheaper for you to do so, because in order for you to purchase this house, you still got to pay that $205 lien. And if you go after him legally, you're going to incur more legal fees and other fees that it's going to become a lot. I don't know what Real Housewives of Atlanta or this new show that you get ready to be on, I don't know what they're going to pay you, but it sounded like you're getting ready to rack up a nice little legal bill if you go after Simon. And he knows that. Simon is sitting back like this, hoping that Porsha just does what she does, continue to rack up more and more bills. He knew what he was doing by putting that lien on there. He knew he didn't pay his attorneys from the last divorce. He knew that. So he's like, I don't give a fuck, just put a lien on the house. I ain't there. Put a lien on the house. I don't give a damn, because he knew she was staying there. So if it were me, I would just be like, let's pick all this shit up, get a moving truck, honey, let them back that shit. And I know it's gonna be embarrassing for you to have to move, take your house back off the market, move your ass back in there until you figure out your next steps. At least you won't have a mortgage payment, because I hear that her other house is paid for, 1.7, baby. I know this one is. How much is it? $7.3 million. Yes, baby, downgrade. It's just you and your daughter. I would move the fuck out of there and move back into my paid house and sit on my money a little bit until I figure out my next steps. And if I decide not to move, then I ain't gonna have no fucking mortgage. But to sit here and fight this man over this house that you know he does not want to let go of, and he's made it very clear he ain't giving you shit, girl, bye. Put a 1 in the chat if you would just let this shit go and move the hell out. Put a 2 in the chat if you're gonna fight him tooth and nail for your $40K a month and all the other things that the judge told you that you could have with Simon. Somebody who has been deported, somebody who is not trying to cooperate at any point in time with what the courts have told him to do. Girl, cut your losses. This shit is so fucking embarrassing. You gonna spend more money. So if you pay the $205,000, then you paying his lien, his bill to his attorney from his previous divorce of what he did not pay, in addition to other payments. Because I'm hearing that the house is also in foreclosure because no payments have been made on the house since Simon had been deported. That was back in what, February, March? We're in September. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck she's still in the house with a whole lien on there and with a foreclosure notice also as well. And I'm hearing that some type of eviction was also delivered to her as well. Shout out to Keisha. I'm hearing that some type of eviction notice was also sent to Porsha about this house. She is still fighting to stay in this house. Like, is there not another nice home in Atlanta that you could move to? That you probably could get for less than 7.3? Like, girl, get the fuck out of this house. Oh my God. Okay. Ugh. All right, so let me go ahead and child, y'all sound off, honey, because I know. Sound off, baby. Because Simon is doing the fucking most. And Porsha, you ain't making it no better, love. You are not making it no better. All right, so I got one more thing that I got to pull up. Hold up. Because Simon also, he's trying to say that he received some type of letter. Let me upload that right quick. Or let's just go to his page, hell, because that's where I saw it. Let's go to his page. All right, let me be nosy right quick, because y'all, I be all in his shit. I be like, what's Simon doing today? Always some bullshit. All right. Instead of uploading it, let's go into his shit right quick. Because he's trying to say he got some type of letter saying he could come back to the damn U.S. child. I said, bitch, I know you lying. All right, let's pause. All right, and then let's share while we get inside my business right quick, okay? Because that's my job as a blogger, girl, to get in your damn business and tell your business, okay? Yeah. All right. Y'all ready? All right. Yeah. Okay. So as you guys can see here on my screen, it says to Simon. Then he scratches out whatever that is. Received Thursday, which looks like yesterday, September 25th at 7:51 p.m. Something about a Trump Gold card document. Department of Commerce, United States of America. The Trump Gold card is here. Simon, what the hell you done got involved in? It says, Dear Simon Gufradia, which is what I named him. Congrats. They didn't spell congratulations right. So that's how you know that shit is fraudulent. You mean tell me the government can't spell congratulations, but go off, okay? Congratulations is what they say. What the hell is that? Says that we are delighted to inform you that you have been officially referred for consideration to receive the Trump Gold Card, a unique and prestigious immigration opportunity designed for individuals who can make a significant contribution to the United States. All right. Let's go to the next one because that's where I can read it better. The referral may place you on a potential pathway to U.S. lawful permanent residency and ultimately citizenship under the EB1 or EB2 visa categories. It said that if you meet the outlined eligibility requirements and submit the necessary documentation, including the non-refundable processing fee and a donation of $1 million, you may qualify for this elite immigration status. That sounds fraudulent. That sounds fraudulent. Okay. Says note as a referred candidate that you are expected to make a donation of $500,000 or more at your discretion and pay a non-refundable processing fee of $9,000. Go off. It says that the Trump Gold Card is a fast-track immigration opportunity for individuals who demonstrate a substantial benefit to the U.S. economy and society. Approved applications enjoy the full rights and privileges of lawful permanent residents with unrestricted access to all 50 states and U.S. territories. What the hell? It says that please note that this is a limited and highly selective opportunity. Review the attached documents, and we encourage you to acknowledge this referral promptly in order to initiate the next steps. If you have any questions or require assistance, please do not hesitate to contact us. Warm regards, Howard Lutnick, the United States Secretary of Commerce. So he has put on here fake. I don't know who sent him this. But I've never seen a document like this before in my life. So it's like, are you trying to get into the United States to get some type of visa? That's usually not how it works. You have to submit all types of documentation, all types of backgrounds and shit have to be done. I mean, if anybody should know how the shit work, it should be you, Simon, because from what I hear, at least 5 to 6 times Simon has tried to apply for a American visa and he was turned down every time. He's even tried to use fake names and he was turned down, which is why they have been looking for him for quite some time. Now, each time they gave him a visa, he overstayed his visa and had to be put out of the U.S., which is why they deported his ass back in February, March this time, because he overstayed his visa again. So Simon will come to the U.S., find a wife, get married, thinking that will make his visa be, extended so that he can stay in the U.S. longer while he stay and commit more crimes and fraudulent activities. Okay, so I'm not sure what this shit is that he just posted on his page. When I saw this, I was like, okay, first of all, it would be very stupid of your ass to come back to the U.S. when you know that you're facing all of these contempts from your recent court ruling with Porsha. She's going to come after you for real. She's going to definitely come after your ass for real. If you knew anything about the law, baby, stay your ass. He be in Dubai a lot because I do follow him. I be all up in his shit. He be in Dubai and then he'll go to Nigeria for a little bit and then back to Dubai. I don't know what it is about Dubai that he like up over there, but he do be in Dubai quite a bit. Okay. Yes, he does. But I don't know what this shit is. I don't know. Trump Gold Card. The website says trumpcard.gov at dr.com. I don't even know what that shit is. Don't nobody pull it up because I don't want the feds pulling up in your yard. And then there's some type of link, Trump Gold Card documents, US 9783. Ciao. That sounds like some shit you made up, Simon, with your fraud ass. Let's continue on though. Okay. All right, so this is the last topic, okay? Now, I told you guys a little bit back that Tisha and Marceau, they're trying to bump themselves up into Mel and Martell's shoes from on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We've never seen any type of hand-holding, any type of kissing, hugging, nothing as related to Tisha and Marceau. We just saw an interview yesterday with Marceau, and it was very cringe to watch, all right? His views in terms of how he see women and how he view women as being individuals and bosses out here in this world, child, and how he see just women, period, how he was raised, his mentality is all fucked up. He's very chauvinistic, okay? And so many other words that I could say. I'm really trying to hold back on his ass this morning. But bottom line is he and Tisha, they are trying to show themselves more together as a unit now. When this is not something that we've ever seen. When Mel and Martell were on the show, We didn't see that with Tisha and Marceau. Now we're seeing them lovey-dovey, hugged up, trying to start all these businesses together, doing all these photo shoots together. They're trying to come back as the new Mel and Martell on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Tisha, and I feel like the friction between she and Nell is that maybe Nell feels that she and Chris Fletcher on the show have a lot more going on business-wise, a lot more money-wise, a lot more notoriety than Tisha and Marceau. So it's given that there's a fight to the death, really, for the next top spot on this show. Who's going to be the next top couple on the show to take this show to the next level, kind of like how Mel and Martell did when they came in. So that's what it's giving. Tisha and Marceau, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all ain't fooling nobody, okay? Let's go ahead and look at this so you guys can tell me what y'all think, all right? Because now we've been saying, oh, Tisha is the best thing that ever happened. We ain't never heard you say no shit like that. And anytime that Tisha was ever asking you like for a kiss and any type of affection, we never saw that. So now that they're back, and y'all remember the scene where Marceau told Martell, I'm better than you in every way, and that he's taking his spot. We see what's going on here. Let's get into this that just dropped about 15 hours ago. Said that when your partner can handle the grind, carry the weight of life, and still bring love and light into the family, that's special. Said Letitia is the ultimate inspiration. Since when? Because weren't you saying on the show that you couldn't wait till your kids get older and then you probably going to leave? Didn't you say some shit like that? You're the same person that did not want to renew your vows to Tisha. And everybody on the cast was like, do it. And you were like, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay.
I think the one strength that Tisha brings to the table that I admire is she's inspiring. Just to go out there and it's worth the grind, having everything that you're going through in life and everything that you're going through, trying to figure it out, trying to navigate through the night, just knowing that you can bring a smile to her face. She brings the family. She's the ultimate inspiration for everything. So
don't look so excited, Marceau. Well, I feel like you just reading the script and just going through the motions. I've never seen him speak this highly of Tisha. And I'm not saying he don't love her. I'm not saying that. I mean, congrats to you for dating her exclusively 1 month, for marrying her and staying with her for what did they just celebrated 18 years? I feel like y'all got too much shit in y'all name for either of you to even leave. Okay, that's what I feel like. I feel like, Marceau, you don't have any other options. If you were to leave Tisha, I feel like your credit is so fucked up that you probably could not make it on your own. You don't want to see yourself hit rock bottom like Martell. So you're going to stick and stay in a situation that it doesn't look like you are 100% happy in. So you guys are going to play this shit out until the bitter end. You guys are going to put on this front until the bitter end to make people believe that you guys are the next it couple. I don't see it. I'm sorry. And I ain't trying to be mean, but I can see through this shit like it's plastic. I'm just saying. It looks forced. It does.
The one strength that Tisha brings to the table that I admire is she's inspiring. Just to go out there and it's worth the grind, having everything that you're going through in life and everything that you're going through, trying to figure it out, trying to navigate through the night, just knowing that you can bring a smile to her face. She brings the family. She's the ultimate inspiration for everything. So
they have to push this narrative so that they can make the viewers think that, oh yeah, they're the next it. Like Mel and Martell is out. Yeah, Tisha and Marceau got to be next up. Like, you guys have never shown any type of anything. Marceau, you didn't want Tisha to work. You didn't want Tisha to have her own identity. You didn't want Tisha to do shit. And then we're hearing that you might have outside kids and it should be, at the office entertaining women, making people believe that you're working when really you be on the internet trying to holler at women. Okay, midday work surprise. We'll never forget that. Like you have been very disrespectful as related to Tisha, and you've gone beyond to publicly disrespect her every chance that you fucking got on this show, off the show, and anywhere else. Like this shit looks very forced. And if I did not know any better, I would feel like Carlos was behind this bullshit. I would feel like Carlos is behind this bullshit. Let me see, did I save something that I found? Hold up. Okay. Because it do be some fake shit going on behind the scenes where Carlos do be like the puppet master as related to a lot of this bullshit on this show. And this is why a lot of people said that they stopped watching because it's so fake. It's so fake. Give me 1 second. All right. Hold up. Okay. So let me remind you guys. Let me take that down. This is absolutely the last topic, but hold up. It's the last topic, but I want to show you guys something. All right. Thank God it came right on over too. Okay. So let me get this on my screen. This is how Carlos be working behind the scenes. And I want to refresh you guys' memory because I know you guys remember when this happened. The scene where Mel and Martell met at this little coffee shop. Do y'all remember? Y'all remember Martell sitting at the coffee shop? This is why I hold on to my receipts. I ain't gonna never steer you wrong. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a good old receipt, and I'm gonna remind you of the bullshit that be going on. This is the kind of stuff that Carlos be doing when it comes to his cast, because his job is to convince the audience that shit is what it's really not. Okay. He wanted Mel and Martell so bad to get back together and appear that they were good. Meanwhile, shit was so chaotic behind the scenes. All right. Martell writes, and let me show y'all exactly what I'm talking about so you guys can get a clear understanding. I'm going to read it from my phone because it's kind of small there. Martell writes, okay, I don't want her back, meaning Melody. This scene is me playing team ball, all right? So he's saying that Carlos reached out to him, Carlos and production reached out to him to show up to this scene with Melody. It was understood that they were going to play it a certain type of way, but Melody wasn't playing along because she's like, bitch, I'm not about to sit here and entertain you and make the world think that you and I are in a good space and get back together when you flaming my ass off the TV. Off TV, okay, off this show, that you're doing shit behind the scenes. Like, I'm not about to sit here and fake and pretend with you. And Carlos wanted people to do that because he wanted ratings, all right? And he's doing the same thing with Tisha and Marceau, gaslighting the fuck out of them. So he says, I don't want her back. This scene is me playing team ball. I was asked to meet with Melody, and Carlos called me after me telling the other producers that I'm not taking her flowers. So when Martell brought Mel those flowers and all of that, he's saying production and Carlos asked him to do so after he knew he was on some fuck shit off the show, okay? He goes on to say that she got me in court saying that I'm ABUsing my kids. Now she has merchandise saying that she's against ABUs. Laughing emoji. She tried to get to me. Carlos begged me to take her effing flowers, talking about the Holt's need to take the show back. Y'all remember the highest ratings on Love and Marriage Huntsville was when Melody and Martell were appearing to be the it couple on the show, okay? When they were shown as husband and wife, when we saw the kids on the show, everyone loved the show. It brought so many viewers to the show. They're trying to recreate that with Tisha and Marceau. And it makes sense now where we're seeing a lot of these videos of Marceau doing videos. Tisha now has this, Tisha Tuesdays, where she's reviewing the show, talking about family dynamics and all this. We never saw any of that. You never had none of those pages like that during the show when Melody was on there. So it's like they're trying to recreate and try to show and prove that they can step up into those shoes of Mel and Martell. Let's continue. Says, talking about the Holt's need to take the show back. Says that my only question was, y'all talked with Melody? The answer was yes. It says, so I was down. Says, but just like you were delusional about whoever this SAP person is, says, wanting you back, says it's the same over here. The frustration that you see on my face is her not doing what the producer said that she was going to do. Okay. So Carlos be wanting them to play along when really shit is chaotic behind the scenes. Says that all this shit is definitely for TV. We're actors. Says, Carlos, don't delete this. Let's have a real conversation. Says, I might be getting a phone call to fire me after this comment. Sorry, but you guys are not going to continue to villainize me, make me out to be an AB user, a stalker, or making it seem like I want Melody back, which we all know you do, Martell. He goes on to say that I'm done with y'all making me out to be something that I'm not. Film my real life or don't film me at all. Now, we see this season, what are they doing? They're constantly mentioning Ariane. I feel like Martell feels like, because it's already been said and or brought to my attention, that Ariane is not coming on the show. They'll show a picture of her. They'll show a picture of Knox just to show the connection between she and Martell. But as related to physically bringing her onto the show, it will never happen. I don't think it will happen. Okay. Ariane is a very dangerous person to have on this fucking show. But Carlos is behind the scenes on this shit right here. He is a puppet master behind all of this bullshit that's going on in terms of trying to change the narrative and the viewership and how people view this show ever since the start of his show, which we all know to be Melody Cherie left the show. They're looking for someone else to replace Melody on this show. I'm sorry, and I don't know about to take it negatively. I don't feel like Tisha can fill those shoes. I get it. They say she's got all these degrees and all this. Just because a person is married does not mean that you can step up into another person's shoe. I just don't feel like she has the it factor. But I feel like Carlos is slowly trying to groom her, and don't take the word groom into the wrong way. When I say groom, I mean like train her, put her into a certain situation to where she's trying to be molded into the person that he once had on the show, as they call the star of the show. Okay, Mel and Martell's dynamic on the show really is what made the show. They're trying to recreate that through Tisha and Marceau, and it's not going to work. Hence the reason why I said that they were fighting so much with Nell and Chris Fletcher. That's exactly what it is. Tisha is not it. I'm sorry. I hope her mama don't get mad at me. She's not it. It's like a Cinderella story. You cannot fit the shoe. You're going to have corns, bunions, crunions, and every motherfucking thing else that you can get. You cannot fit the shoe. She left the shoe behind. Everybody else been trying to put that fucking shoe on, and they cannot fit the shoe. I'm be honest. They probably should just go ahead and just get rid of this fucking show, because the direction that it's going, it's not working. The ratings reflected. Everything about this show reflected. The people are speaking out about it. I showed you guys the other day. Was it the other day? A couple videos ago, where people who still trying to watch this show, still trying to, support this show, they're saying this is total bullshit. It's fake as hell. It's forced. The storylines on this show just does not reflect in terms of what we see, especially on social media. Like, why are we hearing rumors of said couples being separated, and then when they come on the show, they lovey-dovey like ain't shit going on? This Love and Marriage Huntsville is a sinking ship. It is. Carlos is definitely behind this bullshit. But do I feel like he's going to bring Ariane on the show? He will not. He will not. Martell needs a storyline like hell. And his only storyline is going to be talking about Ariane and how he wants to marry her, which we all know that's total bullshit as well. He's not going to marry her. If he could have Melody back right now, he would. Somebody said, I think he would. And then again, if he does, it would definitely be for purposes of bringing her on the show to get another check, because that's the only reason he wants her on the show anyway, is to get a second check. That's how I see it. That is how I see it. But in terms of them bringing her on the show, I don't think that they will, because the cast, they don't want Ariane's ass on this fucking show. She knows too much of their business. Okay. Martell already running his mouth. So imagine Martell times two, because that's exactly what Ariane is. She has the same mentality as Martell. She's on her get back. She knows Tisha's business. She knows Kimmy's business. She knows Marceau's business. Marie, she knows all of them. So to bring her on the show, that's going to kill everybody's storyline. And Carlos is not about to let that happen. He's not going to risk doing that. And the frustration with Martell is that, okay, I can't talk about Melody because of legal situations. So what the fuck am I supposed to do besides keep talking about Ariane? And you can tell that it's very much so forced and bullshit, because everybody that he tell that same bullshit story to about Ariane, they're looking at him like, get the fuck out of here. They don't believe that bullshit. Y'all saw Chris Fletcher the other day when we showed the clip of him and Martell inside of Martell's home saying, oh yeah, I'm moving Ariane in the house. And we're talking about getting married later on. Chris was like, the fuck? Like, it don't even look believable on our screens, but it's giving now with all these videos popping up is that Carlos is trying to recreate the Mel and Martell relationship for viewership. He knows that his show is sinking slowly. And if they don't get those ratings up when they come back in November, the show could be pulled by OWN. Because the only way they're going to keep it on is through ratings. A lot of Carlos' other shows that he's had, have been snatched from networks because of the ratings. And Love and Marriage Huntsville is something that he banked on for a very long time and put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into to keep it on the air. This was his pride and joy. This was his baby when Mel and Martell were in a better space, when the ratings were the highest. And now that Melody chose to walk away from the show, which is why he begged her to come back and she said no, he's trying to regroup and he's scrounging to try to figure out what the fuck am I going to do next to get this show back where it needs to be before my baby is snatched from the show. Go back and look at the ratings. We've already shown it. I don't need to show it again. But that is our show, guys. That is our show. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's go ahead and take this down. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Let me go ahead and do my thank yous so we can get out of here, honey. Shout out to my top flight mods, Scorpion Miss, Sweet Essence, Rose Ormstead, True TV Podcast, KVR and Tyra. Thank you guys so much for modding for me, keeping the trolling down. Also, thank you to all the content creators that may have stopped by to support the video as well. You said great show, Caramel. Thank you so much, Monica Gillespie. Thank you so much, Schoolboy. Thank you, Sunny Days. Thank you, Simple Mom Family TV, Purple Unicorn, and Stu Queen B. Just the Tea, please. Miss Dee, thanks for being here as well. Do we have any more content creators? If you're here, please type me in the chat so I can acknowledge you. Type me in the chat if you're here so I can acknowledge you, because you guys could have been doing your own videos, but you guys stopped by here to support my video, and I appreciate it. Okay, you could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere, but you've been right here. I said bye-bye, bougie. Okay. Thank you. Nobody else? Okay, Unique Monique said they won't cancel Love and Marriage Huntsville. They don't have enough shows on the network. Okay, I appreciate your opinion, but ratings is what keeps the show on. All right. Carlos have had 3 shows already snatched from the show. Wente Talk. What up, Wente Talk? Was she in the building? I missed her because y'all know when I get to run in my mouth, I did not see her. Damn, that's the homie. Shout out to Wente Talk. If you were in the building, thanks for being here, love. All right. Anybody else? Is that it? Y'all continue to sound off in the comments, okay? Y'all continue to sound off in the comments because you guys know I do read the comments and I will respond, okay? But if nothing else, let's get out of here. Love you guys down. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Tell a friend to come on over to the Camera Real Show and check us out over here as well. All right. If nothing else, honey, let's.
When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go.